All right. Good morning. Sunday morning, June 17th. Coming to you live from Calogan City North. And look at that. We got a little bit of a break in the rain and actually sun came out. So thought I'd go live and see if we can bring anybody else up and talk about living in the Philippines. Not just being a visitor, but actually moving here as I did back on the 7th of January and becoming a resident of the Philippines full-time, living here 24/7, and the difference between being a visitor and living here. I hope everybody has a great Father's Day. I know I'm 15 hours ahead of United States West Coast, so it's 9 a.m. Sunday morning here in the Philippines. That would make it 6 p.m. Saturday evening in Southern California, where I'm from. Got the coffee? Got some Panda Sal. Look at that. Can you see that cheese oozing out of there? All right, Nicole. Bob Dylan, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Bob. Only my second live chat on Father in the Philippines. Melanie and I went live a month or so ago in Thailand when we were on Koh San Road. Hey, Bob, how's the audio on that? Is it okay? Just let me know if you can hear me okay. Yeah, doing the live. How's it sound? And how's the picture? Is it okay? I'm out here in the karaoke room, so I know. Okay, thanks, Bob. Thanks for that. On our devices, the Wi-Fi is not good in this location, but on my laptop here, I'm using a MacBook Air. The Wi-Fi is very good. I've got, 100% in the house. So obviously the laptop has a much better internal modem than the phones do. Okay, guys, I've been wanting to do a video about a tad grainy, but still good. Okay, thanks. Yeah, on this end, it looks really good, but thanks for that, Bob. I don't think there's anything I can do to, it says I've got 4 people watching, but maybe they're shy, nalang. That's one thing you learn very quick here in the Philippines, is the word shy. Anyway, I want to talk about some of the differences that I've experienced from being a tourist in the Philippines and visiting. And now I've been here just a little over 6 months, 6 months and a week. I've been a permanent resident here in North Calogan City. And one of the things that I want to talk about is the English, okay? I have been hammered on several different Facebook groups about English here in the Philippines, okay? English, and what I want to say about it is when you're a tourist and you're traveling in the Philippines, there's passable enough English in this country for you to buy your bus tickets, okay? For you to go to Burger Machine and get a hamburger, or to go to Jollibee and buy, the Chicken Joy #2 combo meal. I too myself thought that this was an English-speaking country. Okay, I was very, very wrong, and you find that out once you become a resident. And I cannot tell you how many times I've been hung up on by somebody from here in the Philippines, being on the landline to a customer service rep, and all of a sudden I'll get that, "Sorry, sir, the signal is bad." And I know that the signal's not bad. I can hear the young girl perfectly. There's nothing wrong. It's just not the primary language here in the Philippines. You are never going to go anywhere in this country. And again, this is, hi, Suzanne. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. You're never going to go anywhere in the Philippines where you're going to hear the English language being spoken. Okay, Filipino people do not speak English unless they are forced to speak it to a foreigner, or they're in a situation where they have to speak it to a foreigner. And when that moment comes up, a lot of Filipinos are super shy to speak English. Okay, I did not know that when I was a tourist coming to the Philippines. So that was one of the things that really, really surprised me. Okay, about tourist versus resident in the Philippines. And again, where I live here in Caloocan North, I'm just about the only foreigner in this area. Occasionally, and this was something I talked about in one of my videos, you'll see some Mormons running around. But my recommendation to anybody who wants to expat in the Philippines is start learning the language, however you think you can learn it. I did subscribe to, what's it called? The language course. I don't. For some reason, it's escaping me now. Rosetta Stone. Sorry, I mean, I've been using Rosetta Stone for 3 years, but I'm really kind of a bad. I'm really kind of a bad student. So. All the girls that do the online dating speak English really well. Yeah. Here's what I have noticed, Bob. They speak English a lot better than they think they do, okay? And especially the reading and writing of English. If you're chatting back and forth, you're going to find that the English is really, really quite good. But a face-to-face conversation is something completely different. I've had people where I live here in Caloocan North. Now, this is not, I know I'm going to get hammered on this because you always do. There's always the resident experts on YouTube. I'm not talking about all of the Philippines. I live in Caloocan North, okay? And here, there's very, very little English spoken. And I have actually been in situations where people just shake their head at me and they walk away with me. Also, I was in a situation where I needed to, you guys have seen my motorbike, that Raider 150 that I ride. Well, Melanie and I were at the mall one day over there at SM Fairview, and on the way home, I didn't hit the brake in time and ran that headlight into the back of a big truck that we were behind, and I cracked it. The headlight's okay. It doesn't have to be replaced, but, you know, I was on the phone with my mechanic there in where I bought the bike, and I got passed to 4 or 5 different people because they know it, and I didn't know it also as a tourist. Okay, it was something that I learned. My daughter has explained it to me in this fashion, and my wife too, and these are Filipino residents, have lived here their entire lives. Filipino people are very, very critical of each other. Okay. They also are under the assumption that we are going to be critical of them too. So they do not want to make an English grammar mistake. And they're afraid that maybe I'm going to correct what they say. And, you know, what's funny is you hear that all the time. You hear Filipinos say, 2 of the girls didn't want to deal with me. Finally, and her English was perfect. I mean, there was nothing wrong with her English at all. And at the end of it, she was just so distraught and just so beside herself. She said, "Sir, you made my nose bleed. Oh my God." And I just don't, it was perfect. There was nothing wrong with her English. So it's just something they're very shy about here. And a lot of people wouldn't know that being a visitor, as I was also unaware of it. I don't mean to keep repeating myself, but this is something that's important for me to get across this point because so many people don't understand it. And a lot of those people don't understand it because, you know, they haven't lived here. They haven't walked the walk. So, again, I'm not an expert. I'm only sharing my experience in the region that I live in here in Caloocan North. So, something else I wanted to talk about were, boy, it's so nice not to have rain for a little while. You guys want to, let me give you a look around. It's going to be weird to you guys, but hey, this is a big deal to us here. We've actually got sunshine. It's very nice. Very nice to have sunshine instead of constant rain. Not that I'm complaining. Not that I'm complaining. Okay, some of the things that I've accomplished here in the 6 months that I've been living in the Philippines. Number one, most important thing is I did get my ACR card at day 60. Okay, at day 59 in the Philippines, you are eligible for the Alien Certificate of Registration. And what that gives you is basically your Philippines ID. Okay. Yeah, I'm out here in the karaoke room, Bob. This is where we actually had this. We had this built onto the back of the house after I moved here. This was all dirt when I got here, and we wanted an outside room where we could entertain and sing karaoke. And this is where we do it. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Oh, I was talking about the Alien Certificate of Registration. Okay, it kind of looks like a driver's license. That kind of topic we want to hear more. Lainey Dritch. Okay, thank you for joining, Lainey. I don't recognize your name from my channel, so maybe you're a newcomer. Thanks for joining. Alien Certificate of Registration on day 59. I extended my tourist visa. Okay, and for those of you who are familiar with the Philippines, you get 30 days on entry. And you just renew, every 30 days. Actually, you can buy 6 months if you want at a time. Once you're here a certain amount of time, you can extend for longer. You can get a 2-month extension if you want. You can even get a 6-month extension, which reminds me of another topic we need to cover, which is very, very important, which is the driver's license, okay? The Philippines driver's license. But on day 59, I extended my tourist visa in Subic, okay, where I was stationed as a young U.S. Marine. Melanie and I were actually down there visiting, and it was time for me to extend. I extended in that office, and the office that you do your 59-day extension is the office that will process your ACR card. Okay, so we had to obviously go back to Subic. What was it, a week to 10 days later for me to get my ACR card. Okay, you would think that, it's immigration. They should be able to transfer it to SM North or something, but it just doesn't work that way here. Wherever you do that 59-day extension, that's where you're going to get issued your ACR card. So we did have to go back, which is no big deal. The Subic area is awesome. Even Filipinos love to visit it. And we took the whole family down there, and I picked up my ACR card. Susan Carroll, I enjoy when you show your pineapples. You taught me about them. I had no clue they took so long to grow. Yeah. We're just about out of pineapples, actually. We've got 1, 2. Well, it looks like there's 2. I really wanted to go down to Tagaytay to the farm, but we haven't been down. Uncle's been busy. We haven't had a chance to go down to Tagaytay to see the farm and how it's doing. We did have a big harvest back in February, which yielded us, we made a little bit of money on it. It was nice. It was exciting to be a part of something that made some money. We invested money for 18 months and we got a little bit of it back. So that was exciting. And it still is. It's still going, as well as our tiny little farm we got here in the backyard. But we've just about eaten all those. Now, off to item number 2 that I've accomplished in my 6 months here in the Philippines is I got my Philippines driver's license. Okay, now this is something that's very important. There's a new rule here in the Philippines. As of January 1st, 2018, you must have a 1-year visa stamp to apply for a Philippines driver's license. You must have a 1-year stamp. Now, why are they doing that? Basically, what they're doing is they're taking that option away from foreigners. Most foreigners are here on tourist visas, which you extend. The most you can extend is 6 months. I'm not sure. I got that information from my good friend Eric over at VideoLux. He is extending 1-year visa, so he's not going to be able to get a Philippines driver's license. Now, if you're married to a Filipina, obviously it's very simple. Well, I won't say it's very simple. You have to leave the country and come back in with your wife. And at that point, that's what Melanie and I did. A month ago, we went to Bangkok for the week. We left and came back in the country. And at that point, you get what's called the balikbayan privilege. Okay, it's called a balikbayan visa. It's not really a visa. It's just a stamp in your passport, like any other stamp that you would get, and the officer writes a little BB next to it. Okay, for balikbayan. So it's not a visa that you apply for, although it's called the balikbayan visa, but it's something that you get for being married to a Filipina. When you leave the country, you come back in with your Filipino wife, you get 1 year free. So we did that, and just about a few days after coming home from Bangkok, we went down to our local LTO office. It's not the local. Sorry, yeah, in Quezon City, close to SM North, right down the street from SM North, is the LTO that processes driver's license. Impressed. It was just like DMV in the U.S. Super, super organized. We were there probably about an hour. They've got a medical. You have to get a medical exam. It's really just an eye exam. It's really all it is. It cost 250 pesos. The license itself was, I want to say, about 900 pesos, I believe, for the Philippines driver's license. Now, the next thing that I have to do is I have to get the motorcycle endorsement on my driver's license, and then I will be 100% done. And the third thing I accomplished was a bank account. Okay, I got a peso account with BS here in the Philippines. Okay, we went to BPI first, was the first bank that we went to, because Melanie is a member, has been a member there for a long, long time. Hi, Milo. Coming late from you. I'm going to be here about the same time that Melanie and I were in Bangkok, but we were only in Bangkok for 3 days, so I was expecting to run into you guys somewhere down in the Subic area, but we'll look for that in November. Okay. Sorry you didn't make your trip, and great to see you here. Thanks for joining us. I was just talking about some of the things that I've accomplished, and one was the ACR card, 2 was the driver's license, and now I'm on bank account. I did open up a bank account. I've got my own BDO ATM Visa, which is nice. I can use that at Save More or Pure Gold or wherever we're shopping. Can also use it online with Lazada. And you guys know what Lazada is. Lazada is the Asian Amazon. Okay. Ned over in My Philippine Dreams is a big Lazada fan, and so am I. I don't know how anybody couldn't be. They are fantastic. I was a huge Amazon shopper in the U.S. and okay, good to hear. He's okay now. Okay, thanks, Michael, for that. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that you had a medical problem that made you cancel your trip. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I do that a lot. What was I talking about? Oh, BDO. We went to BPI first, Bank of the Philippine Islands, where Melanie has 2 different accounts. Melanie also has an account with China Bank. BPI turned me away. Why did they turn me away? Because my ACR card says tourist on the bottom of it. Now, they're not supposed to do that. That's not in the protocol, and they should not be turning tourists away from having a bank account. But they did. And I have seen other vloggers, Rike, over at, you guys know Rike Velez. A few other vloggers had to go to 2 or 3 different banks, even the same bank. There's no real standard set here. The first bank turned them away. The second bank turned them away. The third bank welcomed them with open arms. So it's not like there is a standard here. You're almost victim to how the bank manager feels on that particular day as to whether or not they're going to issue you or allow you to have a bank account with them or not. But that's just the way it is. That's what makes being in the Philippines more fun. And that's really, about all I wanted to talk about this morning. I want to say, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. I don't know what we're going to do today. We've been, housebound for what? This is Sunday, about 10 days, because it's just been raining. Unbelievable here. You guys, I don't think I've ever visited during rainy season, or if I did, we were just lucky and it didn't rain. But wow, I mean, you can hear it coming. It's like thunder, you know, and it comes and man, it drops about an inch in 5 minutes. And with these metal roofs that we all have here in the Philippines, you know, I mean, it's just deafening and scares the little puppy a little bit too, but she's okay. I'm surprised she's not running around here. I could put her on cam. Anyway, anybody got any questions? Milo, it has not been hot. We actually, for almost 10 days have not used the air conditioner because of the amount of rain that we've had here. Just to give you an example, it's normally about 95 degrees inside our house. We've only got aircon in the bedrooms here, as is the case with a lot of homes here in the Philippines. We only have AC in the bedrooms, so we would, you know, retreat to the bedrooms if we needed to. But the average temperature in the house during the summertime was anywhere from 95 to 97 degrees. And right now, this past week, it's been about 82 degrees inside the house. So that's a difference. What is that, about 15 degrees? Yeah. I mean, it's almost, the kids and Melanie have been running around in long sleeves. You know, at 82 degrees inside the house, they think that's cold, especially if there's a fan on them, which is funny. 82 is still very hot to me. I haven't fully acclimated. What else is going on? Anybody got any questions at all about Manila, Northern Manila? How about Panda Salvadis? Oh, look at that. Muscle it up. Okay, in short review, to all of you Americans, Aussies, Europeans that want to live in the Philippines, learn the language. Okay. I would say, I know there's different dialects here in the Philippines, and you'll get hammered on that depending on what you say too, but because of all the, you know, the resident Philippine experts that we have, especially on the internet, learn the language. Milo, you came in right after my driver's license talk. I did get the Philippines driver's license, but you have to have a 1-year visa. As a foreigner, you have to have a 1-year visa to get Philippines driver's license, which means a lot of foreigners will no longer be able to get one. Okay. If you're living here in the Philippines now, your driver's fathered in to the program, but the new rules here in the Philippines, the new law is you must have a 1-year visa to apply for a Philippines driver's license. That's why Melanie and I did that hop out of the country and came back in so that I could get the Balik Bayan visa, which gives me 1 year free of charge. And it's not a bad option, really. A lot of, you know, there's so many places you can travel to close to Manila that are cheap. You could just do a weekend somewhere, come back. As a foreigner, coming back in with your Filipino wife, you're going to get another year. Okay. So you need to relationship with the locals and close as you can to being an original local yourself. That's true, Bob. Now, the one thing I will say is the kids don't have that same thing in their head about being shy to speak the English. And maybe it's because that they're in school currently and they're learning the language. All of the kids in the neighborhood have no inhibitions at all about coming up and talking to me. And that they don't understand, they're not shy to ask me what's that word mean. They're more open to speaking English than the adults are, for sure. Especially in an area, and you guys have even seen, now that we're on the subject again, Butt and Hannah Grace, you guys have seen Brian out and about, and even in Angeles City, where there are a large number of foreigners living, you'll see that Brian has to hand off things to Let, or to Louisa. I'll call her Louisa. I think he's the only one allowed to call her Let. He has to hand off the conversation to Louisa occasionally because he's come to a dead end. Okay? The person that he's talking to or dealing with doesn't want to deal with him, doesn't understand him. something of that nature. So that goes back to my point that this is not an English-speaking country. You know, it's not. A lot of people think it is. Those who think it is are just visitors, and they're not full-time residents. But again, the kids, super, super good. And they don't have that inhibition that the adults do. What else is going on? Thanks, you guys, for logging in. I didn't know if I'd get anybody at all. You know, my channel is so small. I'm at 26 minutes, and there's 6 people in here. That's cool. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for me. I just wanted to share, you know, what's going on here, what I've accomplished so far, and something else I should probably talk about is culturally. You want to be very, very careful about any sort of criticizing, or it's just very different here, you guys. People are, what we have as constructive criticism in the West does not exist here at all. And it's taken me, you know, about 6 months to realize that if I'm really going to survive here and be successful, I need to really watch what I say. Okay. Are you going to grow anything new besides pineapples and mango? Maybe papaya. We have papaya back there. We have a papaya tree back there. I don't know if you can see it, but we have one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 or 8 papaya hanging off our tree right now on the back of the wall. We had bananas as well. The problem with the banana trees, banana plants, are the root system they develop. And we've got some walls back here that we had to cut it down. We did get a giant batch. I took some video of it. It was right before we went to Bangkok. Pineapple Farm is doing awesome. We're expecting, actually, I was talking to Uncle about that this morning. The Pineapple Farm down in Tagatai is doing awesome. Uncle has already started a farm of his own as well. We've got a large plot of family land down there. Yeah, the bananas have to be more towards the middle of the yard. It just so happens ours were right at the corner of the yard back there. And Melanie and I spent about an hour, man, with a machete and a shovel chopping those things out. Several plants that are just massive, but they're OFWs, and there's nothing that they can do about them right now. They're overseas, and we're afraid that it's going to damage the wall. If it does, we'll just have to deal with it. But that's it. Yeah, Robert, I was just telling the folks a little while ago that we were supposed to make a trip down to Tagatai, and it hasn't happened. So I got to talk to Uncle. Uncle's off today to Bulacan, taking care of some things that he had to go take care of. So I don't know when we're going to go down. I would love to go back down and do another video. If you guys have not seen our pineapple farm, look down in my video list. And there is a... when was it? I believe it was November of 2016. We made a trip down there. It was my first trip to see it, and it was doing pretty good. Robert, we're living in Caloocan North, northern Manila. We're right at the edge of the city and the country, or the province. So it's really nice. I mean, we've got cattle walking around, cattle and pigs walking right down the middle of the street, you know, sometimes. Okay, I'm at 30 minutes on the live stream. We can see you, Philo. Take care. Hello to the family. Bye now. If our Wi-Fi is bad here. Okay. Thanks, Milo. Talk to you soon. No, we haven't bounced around at all, Robert. We've been here in Caloocan North the entire time. We own 2 homes here, so you know this is where we're at. All right. But Melanie has lived here. Melanie and the kids have been here since 2011, I believe, is when they moved in here. 2011. All right, guys. Thanks for joining the live chat. And if anybody has any questions at all, I've seen you guys travel-wise. Yeah, we've traveled around, quite a bit. We spent some time up in La Union. We've been down in Tagaytay and down to Batangas and over to Puerto Galera. We do like to take little trips. Philippines is awesome. There's so many awesome places to visit here, especially here on Luzon. I mean, Luzon is awesome. Great island. You get out of the city, and man, it's just insane what there is here. So different, from anywhere in the West. Thank you, Qster7229, for that input. I appreciate it. Robert Madden, we did not build our home here in Caloocan North. It was an existing home that Melanie purchased back in 2011. Yeah. This is a 3-bedroom home. Just to translate it, for those of you in the West, this is a 3-bedroom home. Probably 1,200 square foot, maybe. Goes for about $30,000. Similar homes in this neighborhood go for about $30,000 US. Brian Hatcher, absolutely. We are a family of, well, we used to be a family of 6. Auntie is no longer here. Auntie moved back to Mindanao. Okay, you guys remember little 4'9" Auntie who was in some of my videos. She's no longer here. We at one time were a family of 6 living on about $1,300 US a month, right in that neighborhood. Now again, you got to remember we don't have any mortgage or rental payment. Okay, and our kids are in private school, a very highly rated Catholic private school. So yeah, can definitely live here. Very good. You guys have followed several different expat channels in the Philippines. I'm sure about the average, it seems to be on most channels is about $1,000 a month. Caloocan North, Caloocan, Caloocan City. That's north. There's 2 Caloocan cities. There's a Caloocan city that's right in the heart of Manila, and then we are in northern Manila. Okay, we're up next door to Mikawayan, a city called Mikawayan. Okay, or Marilao. We're also very close to Marilao. Marilao is closer to the NLEX, the toll road over there. We're just inland from the toll road. Oh, no more than, I don't think it's any more than 5 miles, really, for me to get to the NLEX on my motorbike and head up north to Angeles City. Yes, we're very, very close to Bulacan. I just did a video. A couple of weeks ago. I rode my motorbike over to Bulacan, and I met Eric from Video Lux. If you guys know Video Lux, Eric, great guy. We met up at SM Marilao at the Starbucks there, and we had some coffee. Okay. Something I didn't talk about, you guys. The dollar is at an all-time high, 12-year high in the Philippines. We saw 53.13 on the road a couple of days ago. Gio in Japan, hello, how are you? Thanks for joining. 53.13 on the road, on the street. It's the 12-year high for the dollar here in the Philippines. Hasn't been this high since 12 years ago. So the dollar's doing well here in the Philippines. What else do we have? How do you convert USD to pesos to pay your bills, etc.? Money changer, bank. I don't have to convert any money at all. I keep a bank account with Bank of America in the U.S. And if we need money, I transfer my money through Western Union. I get free transfers through Western Union. It's bank-to-bank transfer. Okay, if you want the instant transfer, then they charge you. If you do a bank-to-bank transfer through Western Union, it is a free charge. Now, before I get hammered on that, it may not be free to everybody. It's probably free to me because I've done so much business over the past 5 years with Western Union. I am a premium customer, and I do not get charged for money transfers through Western Union. It's 100% free. I transfer from Bank of America to Melanie, or I transfer from my Bank of America account in the U.S. to my BDO account here in the Philippines. Okay. Stock market in the USA is booming right now. Yeah, the stock market has been great for quite a while. Dano, how you doing? Dano Gillespie. That's my very, very good friend in the U.S. Check this out. Got the Lifestyle Cycles coffee cup. Oh yeah. Only you would understand that, brother. What else is going on? Okay, the dollar hit 50, a 12-year high. So it's a good time to transfer money. I'm probably going to actually transfer some money as soon as this live stream is over, because it's at an all-time high. It's looking like it might even hit 54 from what they're saying in the news here. Dano Gillespie, you're the man. Happy Father's Day. All right, guys. Anybody else have any questions? I'm at about 37 minutes here. I've covered all the topics I wanted to cover. Thanks, brother. I blew my knee out. I'm having problems with my knee again. So I don't know what happened. I'm back to wearing the brace and not going to the gym. So I'm a little bummed. I hope it's nothing serious. But we'll see. What does it take for you to get a bigger channel? I like your channel and filling the Philippines. I don't see much of a difference. Brian, by the way, I've visited you different times. And Brian is a good friend of mine. Brian, Louisa, my son, actually has a crush on Hannah Grace. So we'll see what happens there. Am I having any problems living here? Robert Madden, any problems living here? The only problem would be the language barrier. As I was saying earlier, a lot of people think this is an English-speaking country, and it is not. That would be about the only problem that I'm having. Adjusting to the culture has been a little tough too. It's really different here. You've got to be very careful about the things that you say. I said a little earlier that constructive criticism is something that just does not exist here. You have to be very careful about the things that you say, even within the boundaries and walls of your own family. You've got to be very careful. Okay. If that's it, we're at 39 minutes now. I think I'm going to end the live stream. Happy Father's Day to everybody in the U.S. and Australia, the U.K., wherever you're at. It's 9:38 Sunday morning here in the Philippines, and we're going to end the live stream now. Thanks so much, you guys, for joining. And Brian, to answer your question, I have no idea what it takes to get a bigger channel. I think it's just time, really. Ryan has done really well over time. He's got about 12,000 subs, I think, if I remember correctly, the last time I saw. So I think it's just a time. It's just a matter of time, and the word getting out. All I try to do is give an honest look around at what's going on and what it's like to live here in a place where there's no foreigners. And that's really about it. That's all I can do, is give you guys an honest look. And if people sign on to that and they like it, I'll get more subs. If not, then I'm happy with what I've got now. It's been a lot of fun. Topless strippers would increase your subscriber count. That's true. That's true. You guys will notice a lot of the Angeles City channels get subs based on where they're at. Okay, because they're in Angeles City. Not saying that that's why Brian has the subs he does. Brian does great work. Brian puts tons of effort, and he's actually doing a daily vlog, which is hard to do. It's hard to raise a family and do a daily vlog. But that's funny, Bob. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate, and thanks to everybody who's watching. I appreciate everybody's input and taking the time to watch our channel, taking the time to give us a thumbs up. We have a great time doing the channel, the kids and Melanie and I, whenever we're out and about. YouTube will start paying you at 1,000 subs, and I think 4,000 viewing hours. So, which I have. I meet the criteria for monetization, and I believe that my channel is monetized now. It used to be that everybody on YouTube was monetized, and then YouTube took that away. YouTube took the monetization away sometime last summer in 2016. And then they made the rule that you had to have 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time in the previous 6 months or something like that. I don't remember what it is. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining the live chat, and that's going to be it. We're signing off. Happy Father's Day from Northern Manila, Caloocan North. Thanks so much for watching.